So hello guys, this is my next video lecture on Java programming. Okay, so briefly or shortly I'm going to tell you about Java naming conventions in this particular video. So what is this Java naming convention? So these are basically rules according to which you have to name your variables or your classes or name your objects or name of methods, etc. But it is not forced to follow. So it's a convention, not a rule. So what is the advantage of naming conventions in Java? By using standard Java naming conventions, it makes the programmer easier to read through the code, or someone if is going through your code, then it will be easier for that person to go through your code. So for every identifier, there are two particular conventions which has to be followed by every identifier. Those are the name should not have void space, and it should not start with special characters like ampersand, dollar, underscore. Remember, ampersand, dollar, and underscores. The name should not start with this. So let's see what are the naming conventions for some of the identifiers. Okay, first is class. So class name has to start with the uppercase letter. It could be a noun. It should be a noun, and acronyms should be avoided. Then comes interface. It should also start with an uppercase letter. It should be an adjective, and use appropriate words and no acronyms, please. Then comes method. It should start with the lowercase. If it contains multiple words started with a lowercase letter followed by an uppercase letter, that is, suppose there is a function called action performed. So in that case, action will be in all small letters, and performs first letter, that is P, should be capital. Variable. For variable, there are 3 to 4 conventions. Those are, it should start with a lowercase letter, and it should not start with a special character. In case of multiple words, it should start with a lowercase letter followed by an uppercase letter. Like suppose a variable, say roll number. Okay, so it will be, R will be small, but numbers first N should be capital. And you should not use single lettered names for that is one character variables for the name of a particular variable. Then comes package. Package should be a lowercase letter, such as Java, Lang, etc. If it contains multiple words, those are separated by dots, like java.lang. Then comes constant. It should be in uppercase letters. If it contains multiple words, each word should be separated by an underscore. It may contain digits, but not as the first letter. Remember it. Then camel case in Java naming conventions. Java follows camel case syntax. Okay, for naming class, interface, method, and variable. If name is combined with two words, the second word will start with an uppercase letter. Okay. So briefly I discussed about the naming conventions in Java. Okay. And in the next lecture, we will be discussing in detail, or somewhat detail, about objects and classes in Java. So that's all for now.